Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Remember, when you have an investigation, something is not kosher, one of the ways to follow a lead is follow the money. So that's one of the main rules, to see who che bono, who benefits out of this, and see who's got the money out of this, who benefits, and so on. And when that leads to the entities that are really politically incorrect to notice, then you're called this and you're called that, and all of a sudden this rule is not working. But when that rule works, then because it leads you to the right people, then yes, we support that, and that's very accurate. In this case, we have Lockheed Martin, and we see how much profit it had during the war. I was always interested in the history of war profiteers, to see how interests people profiteered out of other people's misery, by helping either both sides or regardless who they were helping. The criminal, the aggressor, they didn't care. All they cared was money and power, status and importance here. So I'm pretty sure here the profits of Lockheed Martin are just a coincidence, and they're just lucky. They were just lucky, like the big banks and the energy giants, and obviously the companies associated with the military-industrial complex in the United States of America. So this article comes obviously from Sputnik, and it came today, the 18th of October 2022. This is the title. Lockheed Martin reports net sales of $16.6 billion, net earnings of $1.8 billion in the third quarter of 2022. Now, they reported on Tuesday. Lockheed Martin Corporation today reported third quarter 2022 net sales of $16.6 billion, which is just, right there, compared to $16 billion in the third quarter of 2021. Net earnings in the third quarter of 2022 were $1.8 billion, or $6.71 per share, compared to $614 million or $2.2 per share in the third quarter in 2021. So in 2022, its shares were in 2021, last year, its shares were $2.21. Now its shares are $6.71. All right, so from $2.21 to $6.71, and net earnings in 2022 were $614 million, and now is $1.8 billion. Good, great, good, congratulations. All right, so this is in the third quarter, only the third quarter. The company said in a press release, cash from operations totaled $3.1 billion compared to $1.9 billion during the same period of last year. So let's say double almost, right? While free cash flow rose from $1.6 billion to $2.7 billion in the third quarter of 2022, according to the release. No business like war business. Lockheed plans to nearly double javelin production thanks to Ukraine. Well, where is a demand, there's a supply. Lockheed Martin president and CEO James, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I would say Taiclet, T-A-I-C-L-E-T, stressed the company's continuing ability to invest in new technologies. Great, and I'm quoting, "These technologies include hypersonics, directed energy, and autonomy as well as cutting-edge digital capabilities in our evolving 5G meal over standard-based production architecture. In addition, we are investing in production and sustained capacity for the solutions needed now to defend our allies and our nation, including F-35, Javelin, and HIMARS, he said, as quoted in the release. Astronautics net sales for the quarter rose by $521 million, or 8% year to year. They increased by $425 million for the F-35 program. Missile and fire control net sales during the quarter ended September 25, 2022 increased $50 million, or 2%, compared with, what is that, 2%? Compared to the same period in 2021, the company said, and I'm quoting, the increase was primarily attributable to higher net sales of approximately $95 million for integrated air and missile defense programs due to higher volume. Patriot Advanced Capability 3, PAC 3. Space's net sales were up by $183 million in the third quarter of the year, or 7% compared to the same period in 2021. These guys are doing great, man. These guys are having a kill in this volatile markets where companies barely make it due to inflation and inflation, and not only inflation, but the economy is not expanding. Moreover, it's contracting. But these guys are doing great. Good. I'm glad. At least some people have some jobs somewhere. And as someone said, at least the manufacturing sector here, the industry and manufacturing, we produce stuff in the United States, and it is besides services, we produce weapons. This is one of the biggest, it seems like, industries we got here. It's okay, other people work for the Americans, right? And we print money and we give them dollars. Great, great. That's how the transaction goes. How much you worked for that little shirt? Okay, I buy it for 30 cents. Print some 30 cents. Click, 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 click. Book. There you go. Give it to me. That's basically what happens. But obviously it's more complicated than that. But if you just strip all the little flowers away from the issue, that's what happens. Some people work for these guys. And what do these guys give them? Numbers and paper money. And they can buy with that whatever they want that worth less than you gave them because of the inflation, which you just created by printing money. Unbelievable. And we're stupids, huh? Yeah, we are, because we can't know everything, or we can't know even more than not more, but we don't know enough. Because if people would know here who gets the money and how the money is printed, as I think it was Mark Twain saying, Mark Twain? I don't know. No, it was Henry Ford. Henry Ford, the bad guy that now you can associate with this and this and this. Henry Ford the first, he said, if people would know how the money is distributed and is made here in the United States and how is maneuvered, you will have a revolution by evening or something like that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.